Hey guys, this is Intuitive Anthony doing another YouTube video. As you can see, I got the green screen back working. Actually, my screen is red, but y'all can't tell that from, what's behind me. This is the category, the video that I'm going to be doing today. It's 5 misconceptions that people have about artists and the art genre itself. Hey guys, this is Intuitive Anthony doing another YouTube video. This video is about misconceptions about artists and their works. But before we get into any of this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and hit that thumbs up so that YouTube will be notified that this is actually good content, and it will move it up in the, on the site itself of YouTube. Okay, I wrote down 5 points. I'm going to talk and I'm going to explain because I'm an artist myself. I work in many different mediums. As of course, visual with the camera and the computer. And, I've also done charcoal sketches. And I will put some images of some of the work that I've done in this. And there's a lot more work that I've sold up in New Jersey. To different people that I do not have pictures of, because that was before smartphones were really. You gonna come in here and sneeze? It's my dog. That was before cell phones and the cameras and all of this. And everybody, this is my baby Sapphire. They always want to photobomb me when I'm on the video. You wanna go down there in your bed? Okay. I got a little bed here for them. Okay, but I put some of my work in the video. Because I've worked in different formats, mediums, between sketching art, charcoal, grays, blacks, and whites. I've done music, videos, of course, and many different mediums that I've done. You got to try your hand at everything. If you have an inclination to do it, you just try it. Don't let anybody dissuade you. If you believe in you, that's all that matters. I'm a firm believer in that, because I wouldn't have gotten nearly as far as I have in life if I would have let other people's ideas of me affect me. Okay, first one is that an artist has to be rich, or that only rich people can collect art. This is not true. I mean, from what they sell to the world as far as media outlets, there are some very snobby, rich, privileged a-holes in the art world, but that's only what they want to show you as how illustrious the art field is. But a lot of artists, a lot of the best artists, take pain and suffering and they channel it through their art, and it gives them a voice, something to say, something to make you feel something. Just because you have this access to all of this money and these great teachers doesn't make up for not having any talent. Oh yeah, I've done books as well too, which is an art form in and of itself. Using words eloquently to describe how you're feeling. But that's just one area of artists where they show this posh, well-to-do, snobby looking down their nose at everybody else thing. That is not artist. That is not the field itself. Most artists have to go through some trauma, some pain, so that they have something to pull from when they make their art. Number 2, you need to have a master of arts history and fine arts. No, see, that's another trap of the privilege, the well-to-do. Is you got to spend all these thousands of dollars on all these Ivy League schools and have this certification and this certification, but nothing makes up for raw talent. As you can see in the music industry, you can have a great artist, great music, great voice, compose, write, and do everything, and they don't get nearly as much success as someone who can barely sing, barely dance, and can't even write. You know what I mean? It's just the luck of the draw, but those artists that create their craft will always be remembered in high favor, as opposed to those ones who have a team behind them putting them together. Because eventually, this video may be cut good, this song may be mixed great, but eventually the truth will come out. It will make itself known. And those real artists are always going to be the ones that be remembered. Number 3, the higher the price of the art, the better the art is. No, artists, the art industry itself has a very inflated sense of ego. As they portray in a lot of media, where it's this well-to-do, hosh-posh kind of thing. Just because they slap a huge price tag on it doesn't make that art valuable. The only person who can dictate the worth and the value of the art is the person who's willing to pay for it. If they not willing to pay that price, that art will sit on the shelf along with everything else. So don't let anybody intimidate you into paying more for a piece of art than you think it's worth, just because big price tag means that later on I can pass this down and they can sell it and have a certain level of security, when you paid an astronomical amount, but it's actually not worth that much. It doesn't move anybody else. So you have a piece of art that you paid a lot for that doesn't speak to anyone else. So if you ever had a point where you needed to sell it for security, you've drastically overpaid for it. And nobody wants to overpay for something like that. The value is only as good as what you're willing to pay for it. That work sold at dealers, that dealers and galleries are more expensive. This I can go back and forth on, because I mean, a lot of artists are invited to show their works. Some of them have to pay for a spot in that gallery to premiere their work. So it depends on how much that artist's overhead is. But if you're going to a gallery and things of that nature, don't be swayed and don't be pressured into anything. Because, as said, if that price is way more than you're willing to pay for it, you got to realize, do you want this art to speak to you for the rest of your life, or can you live without it? I mean, that's different for every person who purchases art. But don't let anyone intimidate you into anything, and that goes in all areas of life. The last one is that the art world is snobby. Most true artists that are friends with other artists understand that the world stage can be very fickle, and there's very few that break through that glass ceiling. But with that being said, some people in that well-to-do bracket of privilegedness may come across snobby and things of that nature, but true artists relate to each other on a very down-to-earth basis. I've met other people who are creative as well. Like when I wrote my books at the time, I met someone who was working on a book as well. And we were able to, talk about the process. Now, mind you, this girl wasn't my best friend. But it had nothing to do with the art itself. It was just, there was very limited things we had in common. But it depends. It's like in any area of your life. If someone makes you feel like you have to earn their approval, then the hell with their approval. Okay, guys, this has been Intuitive Anthony. Before we go, I want you to hit the like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that YouTube knows about the video. This is just 5 misconceptions that people have about artists. I will put some of my images of some of the works that I've done in the video so that you can actually see. But to anybody out there, do not look for validation from the world for your work. If it's important to you and you put your blood, sweat, and tears in it, it will resonate with someone else. You don't have to be on every wall in every major city across the world. You just need your work to be important to somebody, and eventually it will be received in the form that you give it, you guys. But this is the end of this video, guys. If you want to see more content, I have more content in the channel, guys. Feel free to just look and see what else you like out there. I'll be back with more content, but until I talk to you again, guys, peace.